census will begin from the 10th November 2021. This means residents of the Tri-Island state can expect to see officers of the Central Statistical Office visiting your home and communities to conduct census enumeration. In an effort to ensure the safety of all residents and field workers alike, here is some important information we want you to know. Residents, you have the option of conducting your census interview via telephone. This has been the new main mode adopted in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, our field officers must visit your home to acquire the correct contact information for doing so and other basic information about your household. If you are comfortable with conducting the interview face-to-face with enumerators, you are free to do so as well, but the COVID-19 protocols for face-to-face interviews must be adopted. When a census enumerator approaches your home, he or she should be wearing a mask, face shield, Central Statistical Office branded reflector vest, and the census identification card. The ID card should have displayed the coat of arms, the official census logo, the officer's full name, picture, signature, and the signature of the Director of Statistics. Before an interview with a household, enumerators should ensure their face mask and shield is properly fitted on their face. If an adjustment is needed, this must be done before approaching respondents. Enumerators' hands must be sanitized as well. When approaching the household, enumerators should kindly request the respondents wear a mask. This will keep both the respondents and the interviewers safe in a face-to-face interview. The enumerator must ensure there is at least 6 feet distance between them and the respondent. Physical contact should be avoided. Interviews should be conducted in an open, well-ventilated space. It is preferred that the interview be carried out on the veranda or in a yard. For confidentiality, enumerators must ensure that no one else is in close proximity of the interview. Contact information from the enumerator should be provided to households in case they have any questions, or in the event someone gets sick with COVID-19, it can be traced. If an enumerator comes to your home and you are not present, a callback card will be left on your premises. Please call back the number on the card to arrange your census interview. And remember, we all count. Let's do our part to ensure a brighter, more secure and sustainable future for all. This has been a message by the Central Statistical Office, Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, Physical Development and Energy, Grenada.
To give the right amount, we need you on board. The entire public, your support, we really need it.
The Grenada team is very saddened by the impact of COVID-19 on our customers and in Grenada as a whole. In 2020, fuel prices were low, and then at the beginning of this year, 21, we saw it started to increase. Around July, we had a press release informing our customers of the increases and that they should start to conserve. We know it's tough out there. We've seen cases where people are unemployed, dropping revenue. There has been some serious impacts. We really wish that there will be some type of recovery and that our customers could see some light. If we look at the past trends from 2020, fuel prices were relatively low, and a lot of that had to do with COVID and drop in demand. 2021 was quite different. We started to see fuel prices increase, and that's because some of the COVID conditions had changed. We look at January of this year, fuel price was around 28 cents. So that increase in fuel prices has been the primary reason for high energy rates. Experts have told us that increases in world fuel prices will continue in the short term. Unfortunately, Grenada cannot control world fuel prices, but there are a number of practical things that customers can do. Change is never easy, but in this case we ask customers to change their habits when it comes to electricity. Pay attention to your bill. look for information that could show changes, increases in your consumption. Pay specific attention to wastage of energy. Make sure that you understand prudent management. There is hope, and there is a way that we can combat this situation.
Grenlec, energizing our community.
Good evening and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Thursday, 11th November 2021. Coming up in the news this evening, new National Party announces succession committee to elect a new leader. Grenada receives a small shipment of Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Construction sector to receive a boost as work continues on the Grenada Hartman University Town and Resort. And in sports, Chris Gayle signs for Stars in the Lanka Premier League. We have the details to these and more after the break.
Dear customers, as we do our part to limit the impact of COVID-19 in Grenada, Grenlec remains committed to providing a service you can depend on. And in these challenging times, we appreciate your effort to keep your account current. Our 24-hour mobile and online services are great for convenience and maintaining social distance. Call 237 for 24-hour bill balances or to report faults and emergencies. Pay your bills online with internet banking, available with Republic, First Caribbean, and Grenada Cooperative Bank. For other queries, email customer support at grenlec.com. Together, we can keep each other safe. Together, we will smile again.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
With the news in detail, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence. Is the ruling New National Party shaking in their boots following the election of the leader of the National Democratic Congress? This question asked as the New National Party announced a succession committee to elect a new leader. MTV took to the streets to get a reaction from the people about the New National Party's move to identify a new leader.
The ruling New National Party, who has in the past won 15 seats consecutively under the leadership of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, has announced its plans to develop a succession committee with the main objective to identify the next leader of the party as Dr. Mitchell plans to retire from the helm. The question being asked in many corners is why now? And is the NMP afraid? In a brief conversation via telephone with the chairman of the party, Anthony Boson, the main purpose of the succession committee is to simply identify and vet people interested in the top position of the party. With the identification of a youthful leader of the main opposing party, the National Democratic Congress, and his brief announcement of plans for the country going forward, many are keeping a keen eye on the development in that party. Another question by many is whether the Prime Minister, who has served for more than 40 years, is somewhat fearful of what Deacon Mitchell has to offer Grenadians. MTV has been speaking with several people about the new development, the NDC leader, and the NMP plans for succession.
Nah, I don't believe that Keith Mitchell, the honorable Keith Mitchell, is afraid of anything. Keith Mitchell is the boss. You know what I'm saying? And Keith Mitchell is doing the right thing. Because at the end of the day, we as poor people, we don't have anything, so we can't build up Grenada. So we will have to look to outside sources. In the future, if the business doesn't go right, we kick them off the island.
A lot of pressure is mounting on him now. The population is mounting pressure on him now, so he has to think some strategies where if he could counteract the situation. I don't know what he's going to do, but he has to think very deeply now.
I think the house, the pillars start falling under the house. Pillars start going down. So I think selecting a new leader wouldn't be help for the NNP right now.
MTV also spoke to pollster Peter Wickham about the latest developments in Grenada. Wickham believes that while the election of Deacon Mitchell is the dawn of a new day for the NDC, there is still plenty of work to do, giving NNP the upper hand in the next general election.
And, I believe that there's a feeling now in Grenada that the new leaders are in place, the party is energized, and essentially they're home free, they're winning the next election, they're taking over. And I think that is a misconception. There's a process, and it's a step-by-step process which has started with the identification of a new leader. The main challenge that the NDC has faced over time has been the fact that it has not put up much of a fight.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Grenada on Thursday received its first batch of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines. The Ministry of Health received 2,000 doses of the vaccine. This is the first single-dose COVID vaccine made available to the public and will be deployed from tomorrow, Friday. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles urges the public to take advantage of yet another option of serum.
We encourage everyone to come out and get their shots. At least this is another option for those individuals who are still undecided. This is another option of vaccines that we make available to our public. This shot is available to persons 18 years and over only.
In the meantime, the Ministry of Health continues to administer booster shots of the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Yes, we are offering a third dose of AstraZeneca vaccine to individuals age 65 and over, individuals 18 years and over who have underlying medical problems, and to individuals 18 years and over who work on the front lines and are at increased risk of exposure and infection with COVID-19.
The Communal Cooperative Credit Union launched its solar vision product, Smart Energy 2.0, on Thursday at the Grenada Trade Center Annex. The initiative is geared at lowering energy costs for Grenadians. Nikita Hostain has more.
Solar Vision is a solar power security device that runs on renewable energy. It's a product that will lower energy cost. Speaking at the launch of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Solar Vision and Energy 2.0 was Minister for Agriculture, Peter David.
Pre-elasticity is an economic crime. And we all know that with economic crimes, if they're not solved, they lead to further deterioration in other aspects of the society. So while it is not a crime that is treated as important, it is a crime that will affect the fundamental pillar of the economy that can lead to further crimes in other sectors. We acknowledge all crimes: robbery, stealing, crimes against women, crimes against children.
Senator Roderick Sinclair was present at the launch. He embraced the initiative and says this product will decrease the risk of larceny.
I was really amazed with the sort of technologies and so on that were involved, the thinking process, the simplicity with which to make the different connections and so on. So I want to commend him further from a technical standpoint, and of course I know he will speak about that later on, so I need to say this. So from the farming community, from the fishers community, this initiative is extremely welcome. It's welcome because we are speaking about, as Brother Obiti would have said earlier, homegrown, developed right here from our own soil, our own minds, our own invention, to solve a real solution, a real problem, that we have. I think this again is commendable.
ACP Trevor Rodney, head of the Community Relations Department, commended the credit union on this initiative.
And in this night, I commend the initiative of the entrepreneur, in bringing us this very useful piece of equipment to provide lights. Because it is so important to expose the criminals. We well know that criminals operate in the cover of darkness. Most of our crimes are committed in the cover of darkness, especially property crime.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Responding to concerns raised by villagers of Telescope St. Andrew about the talks of the sale of the quarry and their inability to have use of the area, Works Minister Nolan Cox says the area has not been leased and is under the ownership of Gravel and Concrete, just as it has been for many years. Rachel Bain has been following this development and filed this report.
In a recent interview, a Telescope resident told on News Desk that the Telescope quarry is their heritage, and years gone by, the area was used for recreation. However, recently locks were put on the gate, and the security informed them that the area can no longer be used for such activities. However, Works Minister Nolan Cox says while the government is unaware of such practices, due to the nature of the work done in the area, people cannot have access as they like.
There were some efforts were made some time back to have the quarry listed, commercialized for further development. And as such, a number of persons companies express interest in doing so. I think about 4 different companies. I think 1 or 2 from Trinidad and one Chinese and I think 1 locally.
The villagers also told MTV that they were barred from entering the property. In response, Minister Cox says the quarry is and has always been a secured area.
But if you have an area where you're going to have quarrying and heavy equipment, I don't see that working together with recreation. I don't know if an area was carved out for that. That is something separate, and if such is the case, we can look at that. So, that I can't speak to that specifically. But if there was some arrangement before with gravel and concrete for some activities, that is something that we'll have to look at. But I can't speak to that.
Due to the increase in demand for concrete materials, government embarked on the development of the Telescope quarry. According to Minister Cox, as part of the efforts in moving forward in terms of production and expansion, several contractors, including 3 foreign-based companies, expressed interest in leasing the quarry. Negotiation to that effect is ongoing.
I don't know about being bad. The area is fenced and there's a gate and it's locked and there is security there. So I don't know if some allowances were made from on the village side for persons to use for different purposes. That I can't speak to, but I know that it's a secure site. Maybe because Gravel and Concrete is the ones who were actually manning the site previously because they normally use it as a sub-station to mix when they have to service clients on the St. Andrew side. So instead of driving all the way with concrete from here, from town to go up, they would mix up at that site and so.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Managing Director of the Grenada Cooperative Bank, Richard Duncan, who possesses a wealth of knowledge in financing, addressed the issuance of loans during the COVID-19 pandemic. Duncan, speaking on the impact of non-performing loans on the banking system during this time, encourages small businesses to advocate for vaccines to keep their businesses up and running. Here is Nikita Hostin with that story.
This pandemic has to be defeated. The question is, what are the tools in our arsenal to defeat this pandemic? It is multifaceted and multidimensional, but the most potent and sure one that we have known as leaders, bankers, scientists, whatever, is the vaccination.
That was Richard Duncan, Managing Director of Grenada Cooperative Bank. According to him, the COVID-19 pandemic has been a large shock to economies and financial systems around the world, and as such, there has been an increase in non-performing loans in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Non-performing loans are loans in which the borrower defaults and hasn't made any scheduled payments of principal or interest for some time. Duncan shared how non-performing loans affect the structure of the banking system.
The ECCB, in its prudential guidelines, has set a benchmark of 5%, which says that in any bank, the percentage of non-performing loans to total loans should not exceed 5%. So that's a prudential guideline. So there are implications for individual banks if it is above 5%. There are implications for the banking system if in aggregate we are above 5%. And in the ECCU, we have seen over a long period of time where in aggregate that ratio is twice.
Loans sometimes play a critical role in the operation of many people, and joblessness and loss of income being one of the effects of COVID-19. Duncan shared some advice to people who may be struggling financially due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
This pandemic has to be defeated. The question is, what are the tools in our arsenal to defeat this pandemic? It is multifaceted and multidimensional, but the most potent and sure one that we have known as leaders, bankers, scientists, whatever, is the vaccination. So I think we all have to put our foot forward and ramp up the level of vaccination.
While most small business owners have mixed views on the vaccine, Duncan says the vaccine is the best way to get the economy back up and running. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
That's it for the first segment. We'll be back after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
On Sunday, November 14th from 6 p.m. as Megaforce presents the 32nd Waggity Virtual Bingo.
And this time we're playing for
US $10,000. Tickets are only $10 US. Get them now from numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. Or if you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, November 14th, you can win. Big! Join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. Have you heard? It's the new way to play bingo.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Yet another $1 million developmental project is taking place in the south of the island, the Hartman University Town and Resort in the Mount Hartman area. This project, which is expected to be done in phases, comprises several components, including a university, resort, and a wetland park, among other things. Media personnel got the opportunity to tour part of the construction site and get some insight into what can be expected upon completion of the project. Donella Hostin has more.
Members of the media on Thursday got the opportunity to experience firsthand the plans to be executed on the site of the Mount Hartman University Town and Resort project, which will see within the next few years the construction of a university campus, a resort, a wetland park, and a national park. The project, which recently recommenced, will be done in phases, and according to public relations specialist Brenda Batiste, upon completion of this multi-million-dollar project, Grenada can expect to have another university erected in the south of the island under the development of Hartman Education Enterprise Limited. Batiste noted that several investors have expressed interest in this initiative.
We have 2 in the UK, we have 1 in Canada, and we have 3 in the US. So they're all gonna come to Grenada, look at the site, look at Grenada itself as an investment place, see what happens. We even want to put them in touch because, as I mentioned, there won't be any competing with St. George's University. Our country has a very long-standing relationship with St. George's University, and our government and officials, they honor that. And we too, because what we want to do is to build, not divide.
Speaking briefly about the national park, Batiste says this will be managed by the state.
Nothing gets, they are going to define just how far we come, how close, whatever. They are going to manage that. So everything that's going to happen in the park, we're going to support their efforts in it, but it's going to be managed by the state because all lands in the country, whether you have deed or title, once you're encroaching on national parks, the state is in control. So we are in compliance with that so far. We've established the funds to support. We know that is a national concern for our people. I, as a Grenadian, a very patriotic Grenadian at that, I work for this company, but it is part of my interest as well as a Grenadian to ensure that our national parks are preserved, conserved, and kept.
Currently, the project is at phase 0 with the construction of the showroom, which, according to her, was anticipated to be finished by December, but due to the pandemic, it was pushed back.
The overall project is expected to be completed within 5 to 8 years, with approximately $300 million pumped into the first phase. So far, between 6 to 8 million have already been spent. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hoston.
With the commissioning of the new generator about 3 months ago, Public Utilities Minister Norland Cox was on Thursday updated on its operations with a tour of the Queen's Park facility. Rachel Bain has more.
This opportunity gave Minister Cox a first-hand view of the operations, meet staff, and allowed him to have a better understanding of the safety procedures in place, along with the many dangers and challenges faced at the Queen's Park power plant.
As government, we are committed to moving forward. We are giving some significant commitments towards transitioning and changing the energy mix, looking at more renewable. And it's something that we have started doing, and we're going to have more discussions in that area going forward. As a person with the responsibility through my ministry, I'm very much excited about being part of this process. I think we have an excellent opportunity ahead of us. We could do wonderful things. I'm a kind of doer person, a result-oriented person. I like results, so I think it'd be easy for me to fit in here at Grand Lake.
Acting General Manager of Grand Lake, Clive Hostin, is in high praise of the Grand Lake team for ensuring successful operations at the power plant. The chairman of Grand Lake is Dr. Sean Charles, who spoke about the company's transition.
We are in the transition mode, as frequently echoed, and the board is committed to seeing through the transition. It's turbulent times right now, both from, as we see it, from oil prices and persons having extended period of time at home. And we know we challenge a little bit. However, as a company, we will do our best to ensure that the comfort of the people of Grenada, Carrick-Quampin, Martinique remains paramount in our operation, and we will do our best and be dedicated to serving the nation as we did for the last 82 years.
Generation Manager Dwayne Sinak addressed the topic of electricity generation on the island.
Grand Lake combined, we have just around 1 megawatt of solar PV installed. At the plant on the hillside, we have approximately 260 kilowatts. We also have installations on the office building, workshop, and the main power plant. In addition, we have over 300 kilowatts installed at Plains St. Patrick's, and over 260 odd kilowatts or so installed at our main office compound as well. On the sister isle of Petit Martinique, Grand Lake has just around 30 kilowatts installed to supplement the generation on the island.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Aaron Chase, 18 years old of River Sally St. Mark, and Alvin Jerome, 18-year-old of the same parish, who were charged in connection with the October 30th robbery at a supermarket in Victoria St. Mark, were brought before the Victoria Magistrates Court Thursday for their second court appearance. Both men are being represented by attorney at law Jerry Edwin. Here once again is Nikita Hussein.
Both men were granted bail in the amount of $10,000 with sureties as they made their second court appearance Thursday at the Victoria Magistrates Court. The men were represented by attorney at law Jerry Edwin, who says the young men admitted to committing the act.
In early November, two young men armed with cutlasses and whose faces were covered literally terrorized two women who worked at a supermarket and other workers in Victoria. Well, I'm pleased at this point to say that those two young men who were my clients have actually confessed to the offense. They were granted bail at the Magistrates Court by the Honorable Francine Foster. And they are likely to appear, let me say they must appear, in February before the magistrate for sentencing in this case.
According to Edwin, the men were charged with robbery with violence. However, he commended the magistrate who instructed the men to follow strict rules, which includes a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. curfew.
In fact, my clients are ordered to report to the Victoria Magistrate Court. That is the building where the court is located. Downstairs is the Victoria Police Station. And every day for 5 consecutive days, they must sign into the police station. And for every day until they appear in court in February, they are to remain in their homes between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. This is a very wise decision by the magistrate.
Edwin says this is not the way young men are to act in Grenada, and this should be a warning to other men in the community. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Head of the Community Relations Department, ASP Trevor Rodney, is urging the public to bear in mind that the COVID-19 regulations remain in effect and that the only major change is the adjusted curfew hours. According to Rodney, some people continue to be defiant.
We observe that a number of persons have dropped their guard with regard to the wearing of masks, and we especially, and being confined, we still seeing violators after the midnight. So these two areas still is a concern for the police, and so we want to urge citizens to look at the big picture. Look at there is still COVID-19. I saw the dashboard this morning, and it indicates that there is still COVID. The virus is still on island.
The onus is upon citizens, Rodney says, to ensure their safety.
We have to be mature and behave responsibly, and not always waiting for law enforcement to drive us into complying. But I want to implore our citizens to be mature and to be responsible rather than waiting for law enforcement. But from a law enforcement perspective, we still see in violation in these two areas that we are concerned with. Failing to remain confined, so the place of abode, that's after the curfew period, and of course the wearing of the face masks and the social distancing. It's important that we observe that.
As we edge closer to the festive Christmas period, the Grenada Informer continues to provide you with the best in information and discussions, and we wish you greater cheer for the looping season. In this weekend's issue of our online newspaper, Family Feud turns red. Man found hanging in pearls, suicide suspected. Local boxers receive equipment. In the Sister Isles, Andrew confident of handling both roles. Over 600 vaccines in October. 6 cruise ship calls for Sister Isles this season. That's it for the second segment of news. We'll be back after the break.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
On Sunday, November 14th from 6 p.m. as Megaforce presents the 32nd Waggity Virtual Bingo.
And this time we're playing for
US $10,000. Tickets are only $10. Get them now from numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. Or if you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, November 14th, you can win. Big! Join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. Have you heard? It's the new way to play bingo.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
With many sectors affected by the pandemic and hundreds of people experiencing job losses, financial institutions are making every effort to ensure their customers remain somewhat financially stable. According to Florence Williams, Executive Loans and Credit Manager at Ariza Credit Union, part of their efforts is to help their clientele includes having softer terms to members and giving them longer time to make their payments. We have more from Donella Hostin.
As the economic situation in Grenada begins to show some minuscule signs of improvement, Ariza Credit Union says they understand the plights of their members who have been negatively affected financially. MTV spoke to Florence Williams, Executive Loans and Credit Manager at Ariza, who noted some of the ways they are helping their clients.
Some persons receive deferment of payments for as long as 1 year based on industry and the situation. As you know, some of the hotels only recently reopened. So persons who are on the breadline, in some cases more than 12 months without a source of income. So we afforded members the opportunity to put their payments on hold while the situation improve. And now that the situation is beginning to show signs of improvement, they are now coming back in so we can either consolidate, restructure the debts, give them softer terms, review their financial situation, review their budget, assist them as far as possible.
Williams says clients must first learn to save, which is part of becoming financially stable.
What is important in the credit union sector is that members must first learn to save, establish a savings pattern before he or she can qualify for borrowing. And you can save as small as $20 a month if that is what your budget can afford. Although the standard is really $40, which represents 2 shares, but we have cases where we have accommodated members. So by starting with a savings and a savings habit, you would have developed some discipline.
She also gave some tips on how people can set financial goals.
You may want to say, I want to achieve financial stability, debt reduction. I want to save towards a particular goal. I may want to pursue further studies. I may want to go to to St. George's University to pursue a bachelor's degree. These are objectives that you may want to set. And therefore, when you set these objectives, you have to have a plan how to achieve those objectives. So you can meet with a lending officer at the Arisa Credit Union, any of our loan analysts, and you can discuss your plans and your objectives. And together, you can sit and determine how you can achieve those objectives.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Time now for the latest developments from across the region.
This is the regional roundup for today. I am Donessa Pancho. The long-awaited calendar detailing the list of events for the 50th staging of the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival has been released, with several shows that are expected to be a hybrid of live and virtual events. A sneak peek of the calendar was released on Monday, and the official release took place on Wednesday, where Chair of the National Carnival Committee, Shannon Hawley, detailed what is expected for each event. This year we have a hybrid. We know we've been in the middle of a pandemic, and we have been working with the task force. We want to ensure that at the end of the day everyone is safe and we are having a live audience, she said. We still have the opportunity to go virtual at every event that we are hosting this year. You will still have the opportunity to log on and view all of the National Carnival events. Some of the major events and finals will pay-per-view, however, the majority of shows will be free to view online. The Pan American Health Organization PAHO has expressed concern over the recent increase in COVID-19 cases in several countries in the Americas, including the Caribbean. PAHO Director Dr. Carissa Etienne says 2 consecutive months of decline, COVID infections are increasing. She says over the last week, 700,000 new cases and 13,000 COVID-related deaths were reported to the Americas. Dr. Etienne points out that the Caribbean, while Cuba, Jamaica and Puerto Rico have reported decreases in new infections, cases are rising in the Dominican Republic, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. She says the Cayman Islands and Dominica are also experiencing a high number of cases. And finally, in the region over in the Bahamas, there is no evidence to suggest that 4-year-old Zionia Bella Walker was sexually assaulted before her tragic death last week in the Bahamas. This was confirmed by Bahamian National Security Minister Wayne Monroe as he spoke to the media yesterday outside the Parliament building in Nassau. He said the lack of sexual abuse should not diminish the seriousness of the trauma she suffered. I've received no information of sexual assault. But for myself, I don't understand why that would be necessary if you have physical injuries that caused the death of the young girl. To me, that is enough. To me, that is sufficient to be outraged about, he said. That's it for this evening's regional roundup. I am Donessa Pancho.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. We'll be back after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Arisa Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Arisa. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Arisa Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
This is the MTV Evening News. Sports is next.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low? For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renelec, energizing our Grenada.
We promised you, and now it's time to deliver. St. Louis UPVC is finally open for business. Look for the blue building marked St. Louis UPVC number 21 Frequenter Industrial Park. At St. Louis UPVC, we manufacture durable push-up windows, sliding windows, projected windows, and casement windows. You can also purchase sliding doors. Our products are manufactured with up to half-inch impact glass, with 21 different types of glass to choose from. Windows can be customized to your specifications. Free delivery island-wide. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Feel free to call us at 439-6538 for more information.
Natural spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Coming up in sports, Chris Gayle signs for Stars in the Lanka Premier League.
Peace of mind comes from knowing that your family is safe and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
Here is Rachel Bain with the latest in sports.
Good evening, sporting fans. President of the Grenada Boxing Association, Neil Roberts, urges parents to play their role by encouraging female boxers to participate in the sport. Boxing is sometimes deemed as dangerous, and therefore parents are hesitant to allow girls to participate. The boxing coach says females can also be excellent boxers.
Once educated, parents seems to be a little more relaxed in having their daughters come out to box. But initially, just hearing boxing, they have that fear of injury. But once they understand and come around the gyms and see how we practice the safety and the training and the discipline that comes in. Because for most of our parents, we know boxing is one of the real grassroots sport, whereby, we take especially adolescents and younger kids sometimes off the blocks and discipline them and groom them into young men and women. So parents most times comes by and thank the association, the coaches, for the changes they see in the kids after becoming members of our association.
And now we go over to cricket. There will be no let-up from the West Indies women despite their comfortable win over Pakistan in Monday's openers. The Caribbean side chased a series victory when the two teams met in the second one-day international in Pakistan. West Indies women romped to a convincing 45-run victory at the National Stadium behind opener Deidra Dutton's career-best 132, which allowed the touring side to pile up 253 for 8. However, assistant coach Robert Samuel said yesterday the squad had been warned against complacency, stressing the coaching staff was demanding the same high levels of performance. Veteran Chris Gayle is set for a frolic in the Lanka Premier League next month after being signed by Colombo Stars. The 42-year-old left-hander joins the South African trio of Imran Tahir, Faf de Plutis and Tabriz Shamsi, along with the Pakistan star duo of Shoaib Malik and Mohammad Hafiz, as the high-profile players announced following Tuesday's draft. Gayle will be one of 4 West Indies players to show the fast-bowling all-rounder Dean Smith turning out for Ambola Giants batsman Rovman Powell, featuring for Candy Warriors, and 20-year-old fast bowler Jaden Seals doing battle for Jaffna Kings. The tournament, which bowls off on December 4th to the 23rd, runs parallel with West Indies' White Ball Tour of Pakistan from December 13th to the 22nd. And finally in sports, Darryl Mitchell and James Neesham powered New Zealand to a stunning 5-wicket victory over England on Wednesday, helping the Black Caps advance to their maiden final of the T20 World Cup. Needing 57 of the last 4 overs, Neesham clombered 26 of 10 balls before Mitchell anchored New Zealand to 167 for 5 with an unbeaten 73 for 48 balls and an over to spare. England, which had scored 166 for 4 on the back of Moeen Ali's unbeaten 51 of 37, seemed to control until Chris Jordan returned to bowl the 17th over when New Zealand turned the tables on the favourites. And that has brought us to the end of MTV's Evening Sports. I am Rachel Bean.
The weather and a recap of the top stories when we come back.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec. We are united even when we are apart.
Good Thursday evening, viewers, with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. The showers of Wednesday and 1 or 2 in the nighttime conditions improved throughout most of the Eastern Caribbean today. Some showers still occurred over the northern Windward and the Leeward Islands. We did see 1 or 2 inland and showers in the northern areas here in Grenada. Those conditions again would continue through the nighttime. The slight haze still a little distance from the island. As it approaches, it is dissipating, so we're not going to see many serious decrease in visibility as it when it affects the islands. Right now, some patches of low-level clouds and low-level moisture would bring some cooling over the next couple of days. We could be seeing some nighttime and early morning showers over the next 3 or so days. Thursday night's forecast is for a few brief showers, mostly during early parts of the night and especially in the northern parts of the island. The moon, it rose at 12:43 this morning. That's just before midday. It is going to set at 12:34 tomorrow morning. Winds would be easterly between 8 and 18 miles per hour. Minimum temperature in the night time 24 Celsius, and there is a 60% chance of those showers. A 40% chance of some early morning showers on Friday. Generally fair conditions. A bit of low-level moisture, which I alluded to early on, could produce some early morning showers. Those showers again would be mostly in inland areas. The seas would be moderate with the 3 to 5 foot waves. Winds would continue to be strongly from the northeast between 12 and 22 miles per hour. The sun is going to rise at 6:03 and set at 5:38. A little bit cooler on Friday. A high of 33 will feel like 37. Port of Spain will see improving conditions to becoming generally fair. Mostly fair in Bridgetown with some clouds lingering around in Kingston. It will be partly cloudy there. Scattered showers are in store for Miami, rain in New York, and morning showers in London. A slight increase in cloudiness over the next 7 days. Saturday and Sunday would be generally fair, though we do have a 30% chance of the nighttime and early morning showers. Increase in cloudiness is possible from Monday onwards. It will be a little bit cooler from around Monday, Tuesday into the remainder of the week. That's it for me for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me on Friday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada. The MTV News Hurricane Tip is brought to you in association with Beacon Insurance.
All businesses start small and grow into successful corporations. With a strong team, you can have a strong business. Protect the employees that stand by you with Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan. It's a customizable and affordable health plan for smaller businesses that offers many of the benefits of a large corporate plan. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Now for today's Hurricane Tip, we feature special items for adults. In the kit, you must ensure you have heart and high blood pressure medication, insulin, prescription drugs, denture needs, contact lenses and supplies, and extra eyeglasses. These were your Hurricane Tips for today.
The MTV News Hurricane Tip was brought to you in association with Beacon Insurance.
All businesses start small and grow into successful corporations. With a strong team, you can have a strong business. Protect the employees that stand by you with Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan. It's a customizable and affordable health plan for smaller businesses that offers many of the benefits of a large corporate plan. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
To end the news, a recap of the headlines. The new National Party announces succession committee to elect a new leader. Grenada receives a small shipment of Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Construction sector to receive a boost as work continues on the Grenada Hartman University Town and Resort. And in sports, Chris Gale signs for Stars in the Lanka Premier League. On behalf of the news and the production departments, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence, thanking you for watching.
By now, you should know that the early bird catches the worm. So, what are you waiting for? Put wings to your feet and head to your nearest scratch seller. For every Quick 7's scratch ticket you buy at $2, the NLA gives you 7 chances at winning as much as $7,000. Scratch the entire play area for your 7 chances at revealing as much 7s and win the corresponding prizes. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 evening draw for today, Thursday, November 11th, 2021. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair, accountable manner The game balls with industry standards and always tampered with. At this time, we should tickets ready. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First of this evening is check the tickets in the meantime. First number is 4. Second number is 8. Third and final number is 1. Okay, let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number is 4. The second, 8. Third and final is 1. So that's 4, 8, and 1. Congratulations, all the winners. Stay tuned, get a daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Daily Cash for Evening Draw for today, Thursday, November 11th, 2021. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that the show is conducted in an accountable manner, at the game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. At this time, we should tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash for more plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First up for this evening is check the tickets in the meantime. First number is 3. Second number is 2. Third number up. Third number is 3. Fourth and final number is also 3. Okay, let's recount those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number is 3. The second, 2. Third, 3. Fourth and final is 3. So that's 3, 2, 3, and 3. Congratulations, all the winners. Stay tuned, get your play drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw for today, Thursday, November 11th, 2021. I am Anisha Charles. With me once again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner and the game was with industry standards and in no way tampered with. Let's play, value your dreams on your way. Good luck. This evening's winning player number is check the tickets. This evening's winning claiming number is 18. Let's recap the number 1818. 18 represents the dream symbol of making. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's flurry draw. We only play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority, supports sports, culture, and nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
By now, you should know that the early bird catches the worm. So, what are you waiting for? Put wings to your feet and head to your nearest scratch seller. For every Quick 7's scratch ticket you buy at $2, the NLA gives you 7 chances at winning as much as $7,000. Scratch the entire play area for your 7 chances at revealing as much 7s and win the corresponding prizes. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Maximize your advertising dollar. Admire your growth. Only with MTV, Magic FM, and the Grenada Informer. Contact our marketing department on 440-8171 or 444-14.
The enumeration for National Population and Housing Census will begin from the 10th November 2021. This means residents of the Tri-Island state can expect to see officers of the Central Statistical Office visiting your home and communities to conduct census enumeration. In an effort to ensure the safety of all residents and field workers alike, here is some important information we want you to know. Residents, you have the option of conducting your census interview via telephone. This has been the new main mode adopted in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, our field officers must visit your home to acquire the correct contact information for doing so and other basic information about your household. If you are comfortable with conducting the interview face-to-face with enumerators, you are free to do so as well, but the COVID-19 protocols for face-to-face interviews must be adopted. When a census enumerator approaches your home, he or she should be wearing a mask, face shield, Central Statistical Office branded reflector vest, and the census identification card. The ID card should have displayed the coat of arms, the official census logo, the officer's full name, picture, signature, and the signature of the Director of Statistics. Before an interview with a household, enumerators should ensure their face mask and shield is properly fitted on their face. If an adjustment is needed, this must be done before approaching respondents. Enumerators' hands must be sanitized as well. When approaching the household, enumerators should kindly request the respondents wear a mask. This will keep both the respondents and the interviewers safe in a face-to-face interview. The enumerator must ensure there is at least 6 feet distance between them and the respondent. Physical contact should be avoided. Interviews should be conducted in an open, well-ventilated space. It is preferred that the interview be carried out on the veranda or in a yard. For confidentiality, enumerators must ensure that no one else is in close proximity of the interview. Contact information from the enumerator should be provided to households in case they have any questions, or in the event someone gets sick with COVID-19, it can be traced. If an enumerator comes to your home and you are not present, a callback card will be left on your premises. Please call back the number on the card to arrange your census interview. And remember, we all count. Let's do our part to ensure a brighter, more secure and sustainable future for all. This has been a message by the Central Statistical Office, Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, Physical Development and Energy, Grenada.
To give the right amount, we need you on board. The entire public, your support, we really need it.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Ignatius McSween, also known as Walter, of Birchgrove, St. Andrew, resided at Douglaston, St. John and in Canada, passed away on Saturday, 4th September 2021, at the age of 92. He was the husband of Louisa McSween, father of Faye, Davis, Aldrin, Ruthlin and Desmond in Grenada, Patricia, Melina, Avis, Jennifer and Verna in the USA, Molly, Gemma, Ashton, Junior and Greg in Canada, and Willan in the United Kingdom. Grandfather of Brandon, Quincy, Samantha, Marvin, Cami, Jalen, Lindsay, Jacob, Tahira and Tyrrell. Uncle of many including Jackie, Jean, Jocelyn, Carol, Roden, Barry, Andy and Desmond. Father-in-law of David Richards, Raymond Charles, Rudolph Myers, Nicole McSween, Christine Thomas, Margaret Sylvester, and Alice Murray Francis. Brother-in-law of Venita Samuel and Fabian Charles. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Lynthia in Canada, Matthew Sayers and the McSween family of Birchgrove, the O'Neill family of Constantine, and friends and neighbours in Canada and at Birchgrove, Marigot, Douglaston and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Ignatius McSween, also known as Walter, of Birchgrove, St. Andrew, who resided at Douglaston, St. John and in Canada, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Alicia Ramdeen Calica Banfield of Mount St. Irvins, St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, 28th October 2021, at the age of 75. She was the mother of Norris, Robert, Jody, Nikita, Preston, Doyle, Leah, Dennis, Shem, Diane, Dane, Andrew, Nick, Davis, Damian, Donali, Dean, Dave, Roseanne, Alex, Shane and Hannah. Sister of Chrissy, Samindra, Joycelyn and Sharon in the USA, Celia in Trinidad, Lindsay, Nailene, Joan, Margaret, Maria, Erlin, Gracelyn, Latchman, Rudolph, Michael, Oster, Kurt, Jude, Father Paul, Father Dan, Father Patrick, Father John George and Father Anthony, all in Grenada, Emmanuel in Petite Martinique, Marinda, Marlene and Lachan in the UK. Mother-in-law of Hanif Peters and Melvin Isaac. Many other relatives and friends including Dr. Batiste, Dr. Isaac, the Living Waters Prayer Group, the Bain, Ramdani, Holder and Banfield families, the Honourable Yolande Bain Horsford, the Catholic Sisters of Mount St. Irvins, the Catholic Church members throughout Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The funeral of the late Alicia Ramdeen Calica Banfield of Mount St. Irvin, St. Andrew, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Micah David Mackenzie, also known as Mr. Nelson and Brother Mac, of Carriacou, who resided at Mondelez St. George, passed away on Friday, September 24th, 2021, at the age of 93. Left to cherish his memory are his children Raphael Jacob, Terence, Preston and Cosley Mackenzie, Jeffrey St. Bernard, George Latouche, Esther Gulston, Pamela Blyden, Sherma Collins and Paul Sylvester. Adopted children Claudel Sylvester, nurses Gracelyn Andrew and Samantha Ashton, Carl Hood, Asher Charles, Paulette James, Joycelyn Marichaud and Hermione Hood. 45 grandchildren, 49 great-grands, 3 great-great-grands. Many nieces and nephews, too numerous to mention. Brother-in-law, Brother Joe of Lataunt. Sons-in-law, Stanley Gulston and Bede Collins. Daughters-in-law, Vita Latouche, Mary Seeley, Teresa, Annette and Rhoda Mackenzie. Other relatives and friends including Pastor Reverend Thomas Welsh, his wife and the Pentecostal Assembly, the Mackenzie families of Carriacou and Grenada, the Fletcher and Thomas families of Lataunt, and friends and neighbours of Mondelez, Wester Hall, St. Paul's, Pedmotar and surrounding areas. The funeral service and interment of the late Micah David Mackenzie, also known as Mr. Nelson and Brother Mac of Carriacou, who resided at Mondelez St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Jonas Williams, better known as Rodney Williams, Shepherd Rodney and Way of Mount Craven St. Patrick, passed away on Tuesday, 2nd November 2021 at the age of 68. He was the son of Rose Williams, husband of Rosalind Williams, father of Franklin and Roland Batiste, Ron Williams and Ronisha Williams in the USA, stepfather of Amaryllis Budam in the USA, Rebecca and Ricky Albert, brother of Gracelyn, Sturty, Clarice, Lynette, Godlin, Paul, Philip, Liston and Daniel, father-in-law of Joanna Batiste, Trixie Williams and Natalie Nicholas, grandfather of Rolanda and Joselle Batiste, BJ, Dallin Phillip, Serona Williams and Alice Polius, uncle of many including Ken Williams, brother-in-law of many, many other close friends, relatives and neighbors of Moncraven, Hermitage and Tivoli, stepson-in-law, adopted children, step-grandchildren, the Ragbison family, and vendors and fishermen of Wove, Grandroy, Victoria, Satez and Wove, members of the spiritual Baptist churches including Sister Vernice Charles and the staff of Hubbard's Limited. The funeral service for the late Jonas Williams, better known as Rodney Williams, Shepherd Rodney and Way of Mount Craven St. Patrick, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Wayne's Funeral Home. Marion Michael Peterkin died on Thursday, October 28, 2021 in Canada at the age of 40. Left to mourn his parents Alma Williams Peterkin and Eric Emmanuel Peterkin, brothers and sisters Sherilyn, Aline, Eleanor, Leron, Delon, Bianca and Elijah Peterkin residing in Canada. Children Micaiah, Malik, Siddiq, Khalik, Zanika and Danica residing in Canada. Aunts and uncles Anthea, Keturah, Donnelly, Patrick, Clarice and Douglas Peterkin of Laborie, Joan, Bernadette, Nicole, Ronnie, Samuel and Ricardo of Jean Anglais, Sylvia and Wendy in Canada, Nalika in the UK and Gordon in the USA. Nieces and nephews Kadisha, Celio, Raphael, Raphael, Surana, Robert, Joshua and Teresa residing in Canada. Other relatives and friends including the John and Mahone families of Monlong, the Simpson family in Grenada and the USA, the Williams and Francis families in Grenada and Canada, and the Peterkin family of Laborie. The funeral service and interment of the late Marion Michael Peterkin will take place in Canada. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Theodora Bridget Glad Tobin, also known as Dora, and Godone of Apretooth St. David, who resided at Belmont St. George and in Canada. A well-known spice vendor, Zone 1, passed away on Friday, 8th October 2021 in Canada at the age of 77. She was the mother of Anne-Marie Gludd James, Philip Gludd, Yvonne and Keith Gludd in the USA, Ralph in Canada, Randolph Gludd, Carlisle Gludd in the UK, Willianne and Norman Gludd. grandmother of 26, great-grandmother of 11, sister of Leonard Tarway Gludd, very close friend and caretaker Maureen Pearl Garcia in Canada. Many other relatives and friends, including friends and relatives of Apretut, Belmont, Surtees, Bellevue in the USA, Canada and England. The funeral of the late Theodora Bridget Gludd Tobin, also known as Dora and Godowne, of Apretut St. David, who resided at Belmont St. George and in Canada, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Olive Catherine Gibbs of Montmorot St. George passed away on Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021, at the age of 55. She was the mother of Martina, Martin, Marcellianne, Lenora, Elizabeth, Krista, and Alicia, grandmother of Renelle, Xavier, Carlos Jr., Daniel, Zayla, and Nikia, mother-in-law of Telson Sandy, sister of Deborah McQueen and Brenda Gibbs, close and dear friend of Douglas Victor in the USA, aunt of 11, grand-aunt of 19, godmother of 4, many other relatives and friends including Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Yvonne Griffith and family, Nurse Olive McFarlane, Anne David and Twine, Marcella Campbell and family, Esther Alexis, the Pascal and Grant families in the United Kingdom and Grenada, the Gibbs, Regis, Gill, Langdon and Duncan families, and friends and neighbors of Montmoritz, Brizan in the USA, the United Kingdom, Trinidad and Barbados. The funeral service for the late Olive Catherine Gibbs of Montmoritz St. George will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Lucky Charles, also known as Miss Lucky and Auntie, of Pearl St. Andrew, passed away on Saturday, October 30th, 2021, at the age of 79. She was the mother of Pauline Charles Jack, Denil Charles, Pearlie Paula Charles Jones, Junior Cornwall, Devon and Kellen Charles, N.C. Charles Frame, and Roxy Charles, adopted mother of Clifford Mitchell, Roy Samuel, Garvin Richardson, and Kester O'Neill, stepmother of Randolph, grandmother of Jacintha, Justin, Rondell, Shalma, Ronald, Johanse and Johanna, Revel Camuniu and Adriel Charles, Rogel Charles Bernard, Kadeen and Nikaya Regis, Nahim, Navon, and Nagida, step-grandmother of Crampy Sukram, great-grandmother of 8, mother-in-law of Fenton Jack, Clarence Jones, Nicholson Frame, and Sandra Cornwall, grandmother-in-law of Joshua Bernard, many nieces and nephews including Nathalie Paul, Yvette Charles, Jerry, Scott, Irvin, Karen, Curleen, Nisha Booker, Stephanie, Anslem, Ermin, and Spanitou. Many relatives and close friends including Rosalind, Deborah, Turbot, Tony Bain, Diego, Ford, Margaret, Pecon, Marcia, Nical, the Philip, Charles, James, Rennie, Gibbs, Sukram, Peters, Ned and John families, the Honorable Kate Lewis, the doctors and nurses at the Princess Alice and General Hospitals, and friends and neighbors of Pearls, Seamoon, Paradise, Paraclete, St. John, Moya, and Conference St. Andrew. The funeral of the late Lucky Charles, also known as Miss Lucky and Auntie, of Pearl St. Andrew, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Enoch Eli Benoit, also known as Mafu and Lion, of Snellhole St. Patrick, who resided at Douglaston St. John, retired police officer number 143 and bus driver, passed away on Tuesday, October 12, 2021 in New York at the age of 62. He was the husband of Anne-Marie Francis Benoit, father of Kieran Paul in Canada, Kelsey and Chantia Noel, stepfather of Anika Francis in the USA, grandfather of Jacqueline Paul in Canada, brother of Branson Benoit in Grenada, Alma Cheddick in England, Jenna Grant in the USA, Sharon Benoit in Canada, Janitha Richards and Naylene Benoit, brother-in-law of Cosmos Grant, Edric, Ludrika and Christopher Francis, Garfield Renee, Odva Ambrose, Pamela Benoit, Maria Fraser, Magdalene Duncan, and Michelle Scott Regis. Nephew of Joseph Richards. Uncle of many in England, the USA, and Grenada, including Hughes Philip, Janice Hilaire, and Carrie Richards. Many other relatives and friends, including the Benoit family of St. Paul's, Pastor Niles and family, the Philip families of Montrich and Snellhall, Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, former Commissioner of Police Mr. Winston James, ASP Leroy Langine, Woman DC number 940 Thorne, the rank and file of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Joycelyn Belfon, Kevin and Margaret Williams, Keith Belfon, Eunice Thomas and Matthew McIntosh, Carol Williams, Dwight Joseph, Lavon Johannes, Esther Ferguson, Dr. Dolland Noel and family, the Bernard family, the Andrew family of Snellhall, Trevor Thomas and family, Mrs. Jones and family, Marge DeCoto, Lytton Harry, Ernest Sanderson and family, Anstead McLeish and family, and friends and neighbours of Douglaston, St. John and St. Patrick. The funeral of the late Enoch Eli Benoit, also known as Mafu and Lion, of Snellhall, St. Patrick, who resided at Douglaston, St. John, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Henry Smith Lambert, also known as Lionel and Mr. Lambert, of Harveyvale, Carriacou, passed away on Saturday, 23rd October 2021, at the age of 85. He was the husband of Agnes Lambert, father of Martha, Lee, Christine, and Felix, grandfather of 12 including Anisha, Marcus, and Donaya, great-grandfather of 2, brother of Laura, Alban, Kent, John, Cleopatra, and Joseph, brother-in-law of Frederick Stephen Bedeau, Dory, Alicia, Sharon, Phyllis, Evelyn, Sybil, and Veronica, uncle of many including Abriana, Abraham, Deborah, Tina, Mark, Brenda, Davis, Jennifer, Elizabeth, Sharon, John Henry, and George. Cousin of many including Doralyn and Petrina McQueen, Muriel, Winston, Joyce, Viola and David Lambert, Nella Edwards, John Stonewall, and Petrolina Punce Franklin. Other relatives and friends including the Lambert, Gabriel, Raymond, and Romaine families, the Quashie and Ammon families, Bentley Thomas, Holly Guadalupe, Govin Raymond, Joycey and Hilton Andrew, Ronali and Lieslyn Hamlet and family, and neighbours of Harveyvale and Belmont and surrounding areas, too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Henry Smith Lambert, also known as Lionel and Mr. Lambert, of Harveyvale, Carriacou, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Carlisle Joseph Bell, also known as Daddy Carlisle, of Woburn St. George, retired Corporal of Police, passed away on Monday 11th October 2021 in the USA, at the age of 78. He was the husband of Ann Bell, father of Fitzroy, Sheldon, Roll, Rodney, Rhonda, Bob, Janelle, Gwyneth, and Tasha, grand and great-grandfather of many. Many other relatives and close friends, including the Caliste, Bell, Lacroix, Baker, and Macmillan families, and friends and neighbours of Woburn and surrounding areas. The funeral arrangements for the late Carlisle Joseph Bell, also known as Daddy Carlisle of Woburn St. George, have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ashley Donald Julian of Bonaire St. Mark passed away on Wednesday 27th October 2021 in London at the age of 88. The funeral arrangements for the late Ashley Donald Julian of Bonaire St. Mark will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Stanley David Japal, also known as Buddy, of Mount Carmel St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, November 10th, 2021, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Stanley David Japal, also known as Buddy, of Mount Carmel St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Hermelin Moraine, also known as Mom, of Crowshoe St. Andrew, who resided at Mount Hartman, St. George, passed away on Monday, November 8, 2021, at the age of 67. The funeral arrangements for the late Hermelin Moraine, also known as Mom, of Crowshoe St. Andrew, who resided at Mount Hartman, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Anastasia Merrill Charles, affectionately known as Stacy, of the Bocas St. George, passed away on Monday, 1st November 2021, at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Anastasia Merrill Charles, affectionately known as Stacy of the Bocas St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Catherine Williams, also known as Bemisi, Tita and Darling, of Blaise St. Andrew, who resided at Jean Anglais St. George, passed away on Friday, November 5th, 2021, at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Catherine Williams, also known as Bemisi, Tita and Darling, of Blaise St. Andrew, who resided at Jean Anglais St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Shondell Harford, also known as Loverboy, of St. Cloud St. Andrew, died on Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021, at the age of 22. The funeral arrangements for the late Shondell Harford, also known as Loverboy, of St. Cloud St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Al Cordell Crawford, also known as Young Chef of Grand Anne's House in Scheme St. George, passed away on Thursday, 4th November 2021, at the age of 30. The funeral arrangements for the late Al Cordell Crawford, also known as Young Chef of Grand Anne's House in Scheme St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes.
Daniel Cephas Bartholomew of Tempe St. George passed away on Tuesday, 2nd November, at the age of 72. The funeral service for the late Daniel Cephas Bartholomew of Tempe St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home.
William Loftus Nayak, also known as Lala, of Riverside St. Patrick, who resided in Cumana Main Road, Toco, Trinidad, passed away on Saturday, 2nd October 2021, at the age of 91. The funeral arrangements for the late William Loftus Nayak, also known as Lala, of Riverside St. Patrick, who resided in Cumana Main Road, Toco, Trinidad, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The pain and agony of losing someone is never easy. Within your own mind and heart, there is a deep pain, agony that no one can fill. Within you see yourself painfully accepting the fact that you have lost someone you love. But this is what the Word of God said in the book of Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and the earth. To him you need to look to for your help and your leadership and your guidance. Man will not give you that help that you need. Money, fame, even the very material things that you have seek. You realize in losing someone none of those things would give you help. Right now, there is one person who stands ready to help you. His name is Jesus Christ. He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why not trust him today? Why not allow him to be at peace in your life? I want to pray for you and your family. Pray with me. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I surrender, Lord, every heart that is painfully accepting the reality of their lives who have lost a loved one. I pray, O God, that you comfort those families. Give them strength. Enable them to see, God, that you are there for them, that you, Lord, would never leave them, nor will you forsake them, for from you will come their help. I ask your blessing and for strength for them today, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen and amen. May God bless you and keep you and sustain you. May he overshadow you and look over your family as you reach deep within and overcome this deep sorrow and pain that you face. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. God bless you.
Less talk, more power. See the miracle.
Evidence of metastatic prostate cancer in his body.
Cancer free here. No cancer. Here's the last one. Clap your hands to the Lord.
You need to believe.
Let me ask you from you first. You had something on your skin.
Yeah,
what was that? What was the situation?
What was happening on my skin is when I said a rash all over.
All over your body?
Yeah, on the head and everything.
Perseverance.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
It worked?
It worked.
Stop there and going for more.
Well, I'm going for more.
Then more blessings are coming. It worked.
What is impossible with man is possible with God. This is your program. Stop suffering.
Receive the light of God right there where you are. And believe that the Spirit of God is going to lift you up. This is your program. Let's talk more power. And I'm your host, Pastor Rodriguez, to show to every one of you that you can get out of these complaints, these burdens, these sufferings that you're going through right now. Doesn't need it to be part of your life. You can break free from these chains, shackles, burdens, negativities. You can be able to go forward in life. How sometimes you feel so heavy, so frustrated. The problems are just getting away to get you so lost that sometimes the only thinking that comes, the only thought that comes to your mind is the thought of giving up. Don't do that. Don't give up. I want you to stay tuned with us because we are going to be praying for God to strengthen you so you can overcome, and also pray for the beautiful nation of Grenada, and you're going to be lifted up by God's power to better assist you and place your name inside of the Psalm 91. I would like to invite you to give us a call now